Hey everyone, and today I'll be covering everything you need to know about using ExpressVPN with Call of Duty Warzone. So if you've been dealing with lag, high ping, or just want a bit more privacy and control over your connection, I'll walk you through why a VPN like Express can actually help, how to set it up for Warzone, and what you can expect once you're connected. And as always, you'll find any current discount links and extra info down in the description, so feel free to check those out if you're interested. Now, one of the main reasons a lot of people are looking at using a VPN for Warzone is to get around issues like ISP throttling and high ping. So what actually happens is when you're playing online games, especially fast-paced shooters like Warzone, your internet provider can sometimes slow down your connection if they see a lot of gaming traffic. That's where a VPN comes in because it hides your activity from your ISP, which can actually help you avoid that kind of throttling. It's a huge plus if you want more consistent speeds. And there's another benefit as well. Sometimes you can get better ping just by connecting to a VPN server that's physically closer to the game's own servers. Basically, you're shortening the distance your data has to travel, which can make a noticeable difference during matches. So for Warzone, the idea is to connect to a VPN location that's as close as possible to the game server you're trying to play on. But to get the best results, you'll want a VPN that keeps speed drops to a minimum. Every VPN will slow your connection a little bit because of the encryption, but ExpressVPN does a really good job here. When you're connected to a nearby server, the average drop in speed is only about 7 to 18%. Which is actually very solid for gaming. And with their lightweight protocol, especially the lightweight UDP option on Windows, Express does even better at keeping speeds fast and stable. So, to get the most out of ExpressVPN for Warzone, here's what you'll want to do. First, look up where the Warzone servers are located for your region. For example, if you're in Europe, you might find that the closest game server is in Frankfurt, Germany. Open up the ExpressVPN app, click on the options icon, then go to all locations. From there, just pick the region, like Europe, and then choose the country that matches your game server. Once you hit connect, ExpressVPN usually gets you online in less than a second, which is pretty quick. A lot of other VPNs can take 4 or 5 seconds or more to connect, so that's one of the things I really like about Express. Now, after you're connected, it's a good idea to check your IP using any IP Finder website just to make sure it matches the country you selected. This is also a simple way to confirm that everything's working properly before you launch the game. Next, if you're playing Warzone through Steam, go into your Steam settings, head to Downloads, and set your download region to match the same country as your VPN connection. Then just restart Steam, and you'll be ready to play with your new setup. Now, aside from improving speeds and helping avoid ISP throttling, some people use a VPN to play with friends in different countries, or to see if they can end up in easier lobbies by changing locations. Just keep in mind, while a VPN can sometimes let you join lobbies in other regions, Warzone's skill-based matchmaking mainly comes down to your ping and a bunch of other factors, so it's not a guarantee for easier matches, but it does make it easier to play with friends who are overseas. And since ExpressVPN has over 3,000 servers in 105 countries, you've got plenty of choices for where to connect. That's a huge plus if you ever want to experiment with different locations, or if you just need a stable connection close to the game servers. One thing to note if you want the absolute best speeds, make sure to set ExpressVPN's protocol to lightweight UDP, since that's usually the fastest option. Express makes it simple to switch protocols in the app, so even if you're brand new to VPNs, it's pretty easy to set up. Security-wise, ExpressVPN is also one of the strongest options around. They have a strict no-logs policy that's been independently audited numerous times, and its policy has actually been proven in real life. When one of their servers was seized in Turkey a few years back, no user data was ever recovered. That kind of transparency is a big deal if privacy is important to you. And for gaming, you don't have to worry about any bandwidth caps or throttling from Express's side. You can game, stream, or even torrent as much as you want, and there's no risk of your speeds being cut by the VPN. Plus, Express is one of the best choices if you want to access content from different streaming services on the same connection. Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, BBC iPlayer, and more all work reliably. Another nice feature here is the built-in kill switch, which automatically cuts your internet if the VPN disconnects for any reason. So if you're gaming in a country with heavy censorship, or just want to make sure none of your real IP ever leaks out, this is a pretty essential tool to have. And if you want even more protection, ExpressVPN has features like advanced protection to block ads, trackers, and malicious sites. You can even use it for some basic parental controls by blocking adult content directly through the app. For anyone who's worried about setup, ExpressVPN is about as user-friendly as it gets. Most of the time, you just pick your server, connect, and you're ready to go. And if you ever run into trouble, their live chat support is available 24/7, which is genuinely helpful if you hit a snag with your connection. Now, just a quick tip for saving money. What happens is that most people end up grabbing the monthly plan and then sticking with the service for much longer, which means that you end up paying more over time. If you know you're going to use a VPN for a while, Express offers some nice discounts on their longer plans. There's also a link down in the description that gives you 4 extra months free when you pick up the 2-year plan, which is probably the best deal they have right now. And if you try it and decide it's not for you, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee with fast, no-hassle refunds through live chat. So hopefully this helped clear up how ExpressVPN works with Call of Duty Warzone and why it's one of the best choices if you want fast, stable gaming without any of the usual headaches. If you found this helpful, please leave a thumbs up, as I always appreciate that. And if you have any questions, just drop them down in the comments below. I love getting to answer as many of those as I can. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.